I'm going to go ahead and go to the next part of the show, which is our Bible bracket.
Bible bracket.
What is a show Bible? A show Bible is a document that outlines the characters, plots, settings, and themes of a television series. Writers pitch show Bibles to network executives and production companies in the hopes that it will produce a production agreement. Well, with the Clint Initiative podcast, we do streaming content, we do movies, we do music. So, for our productions, we have a Bible, and that Bible will be previewed here on the show.
Okay, so for our Bible bracket this week, we have two movies up for discussion. What we're going to do is we're going to discuss it. I'm going to introduce them. We're going to discuss them. And then we're going to pick the ones that we want to hear, that we think is the winner for this week. The two films this week are Let Me Miss You and Not a Suspect. And with all the problems I've been having, I'm still going to shoot for the moon. I'm still going to show the promos because I really like what they look like. The first one, of course, is Let Me Miss You. And Let Me Miss You, our hero has a girlfriend. And she calls all the time and is always on his back. He doesn't give her a chance to miss him. So when she stops calling and everything, he celebrates because she's not calling all the time. You know that thing they say, absence makes the heart grow fonder? Once she starts calling back, he realizes, wow, I think she's the one. But she doesn't think so. So now he has to spend that time getting her to realize that she's the one for him as well. And that is Let Me Miss You. She let him miss her, and then he found he couldn't live without her. So now the next one up for grabs is Not a Suspect. You know, we all see those things on TV, on the news, where they say so and so was murdered or so and so happened, but so and so is not a suspect. Unfortunately, in this case, he didn't. So now there's a cop that also knows he did it. So although he's not a suspect, we get to see all the workings behind the scenes to bring him in. So just because they say you're not a suspect doesn't mean they're not out to get you. So of those two ideas, I'm going to come to you first, Katie. What did you think of those two ideas?
The Let Me Miss You, I'm for like romance movies and stuff like that. I'm not like I don't watch many of those. I think it's a good plot, but it's not something that I would probably watch. I would think I would lean more towards Not a Suspect.
Okay. So, Clint, I'm going to put you on the spot, man. Of those two ideas, which one tickles your fancy?
What tickled me a little fancy is Let Me
Buzz
Miss You.
Lightyear.
Actually, Let Me Miss You, because Let Me Miss You, it sounds a little more original. I have seen crime and drama series about within that topic, like what you were talking about. Not a Suspect. Let Me Miss You could go in any direction. It could go as a romance, comedy, drama, getting romance, comedy, and I'm getting drama. And it tells us a lot, not just with relationship with boyfriend and girlfriend. Let's take, for example, what it applies to us in our real life. You know, like let's say we have our teens. You know, the parents always calling them, and they get so annoyed because of the phone call over and over. It also applies to that.
Oh, wow. It looks like we lost Clint. Wow.
It's happening.
Today is that day, my friend. You know, you got to laugh. If you can't laugh, you know what starts next. You start the tears. So, so I'm going to put you on the spot here, Jamel. Of those two ideas, Let Me Miss You and Not a Suspect, which one did you like?
They're both to me are good ideas. Not a Suspect and Let Me Miss You. Like Clint was saying, Let Me Miss You can go into many different directions with that. Also, Not a Suspect can go into many directions with that too, if you really think about it. Because it necessarily don't have to be a crime that's been committed. It just could be something in everyday life that somebody is just trying to hide and they don't want nobody to know about it, you know? So that could be a title plot twist, because everybody's going to automatically think it's about a crime when it could just be about something else, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing that I love when I look at these different ideas. And you know, during the weekend and the week while we're leading up to the show, and I'm looking at all the different ideas, and in some cases bracket jumpers. There's so many different ways the story can go, but I'm always looking for the best options and the best story so that we get something that can be compelling, that people can listen to and really enjoy. And yeah, so this week we've got Let Me Miss You, and we've got, I'm going to go ahead and show the graphic again because I like the way that graphic came out with Let Me Miss You. And I also like the way the graphic came out with Not a Suspect. So we're going to have to wait until Clint comes back. Hopefully he'll come back before the show ends. But
it's interesting too that with Not a Suspect, the background is red, like danger.
absolutely, absolutely, because you know, whenever you have something, a crime or something untoward that happens to people, there's always different twists and turns that it can take.
Yeah, it could be like someone just not with good intentions, you know, kind of like a twist on Straw.
Funny you should mention Straw, but the detective in Not a Suspect will also be the detective from Straw.
All right.
A detective in Straw that will also be the detective in Not a Suspect.
So it kind of ties together. See, there you go.
So that's why it's one of those situations where once we get our people that we're working with and we start doing our movies and our sketch show and our productions, we'll be able to use them in different things that we do. So yeah.
And remember everyone, your audition is giving us an email and we get you on the show and you'll be a part of any one of our films that is out that we're going to be producing, and that will be your audition. So you can always contact us through email at TheClintPodcast@gmail.com.
Yep.
Once we get you on the show, that's when the ball starts rolling. And once we start making the films, now you get to really showcase and show us your talent. That will be your audition. And then we get to play it back and actually watch what we produce. And you'll see how you performed and what you know. And you can always just have the opportunity to critique yourself, to hone your craft and make it better. So keep that in mind. Like, share, and comment, and just continue to follow us.
Yep. And thank you for that reminder, Jamel. with all the technical difficulties we've been having and everything that's been going on, I forgot to put that little crawl on the bottom of the screen. And you know, guess who's back? We stalled just enough so that we got Clint back so that we can have our final determination on Let Me Miss You and Not a Suspect. So Clint, I'm going to let you go first. Which one is your choice? Not a Suspect or Let Me Miss You?
Let me miss you. That is what I just did. I deliberately jumped out of the connection so I could make you guys miss me. So you miss me. Let you miss me.
Yeah, and I know Jamel is thinking we missed you with every shot so far. So come on, Jamel. What is your choice this week, Jamel?
My choice this week, since we already know that Not a Suspect is going to be a playoff of Straw, let's go with Let Me Miss You.
Okay, so we've got 2 for Let Me Miss You. And now we're going to go to you, Katie, which I probably already know what your choice is. But which one did you choose? Not a Suspect or Let Me Miss You?
She chose Not a Suspect.
Yeah.
Well, we've got to have someone who's a little different. But yeah, it looks like our winner for this week is going to be Let Me Miss You. So what I want to do right now is I want to go ahead and I want to show people who our previous winners were, because Let Me Miss You is going to join this group. Oh, I get to listen to that music and I just don't want to let it go. But joining that group that I have, Let Me Miss You. And now, continuing on with what so far has been an interesting show.